Good morning, Misfits. It is finally day one of the 2019 CrossFit Games. We finally know what workout one of the 2019 CrossFit Games is. The Jumbotrons everywhere say first cut men's, first cut women's. There's a lot of drama here. Really excited to just kind of get everything started. Yeah, so we're gonna head in, we're gonna check out the teams first, then the individual athletes, all the national champions, all the different heats. It's gonna be crazy, let's do it.
About as good as I think it could have gone. We were tied for fifth. It was like a five-way tie for fifth, but I mean, like as far as I'm concerned, if we're in the top five for every workout, that's where we need to be. So yeah. Goal was small sets of toes to bar, as few no reps we could get, and you know, just whatever we got in the tank. That sled was a monster. Last year we also only had to go one length at a time, which was versus two. So that had a lot to do with it. So one length versus four, I guess, at a time this time. So.
All right, how are you feeling about the next event?
It'll be fun.
The next two events, I guess, right?
Yeah,
it's a good stuff.
I think we're really excited for the clean and jerk.
Yeah. I can't squat anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna power that thing.
It's both good for like 345.
I would like to think.
Like I know you'll get 330, but I think y'all are good for 345. Both of y'all.
If we're feeling got any adrenaline at all for that,
that's what I mean. Like you'll have more rest time than the girls going into it, so you'll be able to watch them kind of get like.
I don't think we're gonna blow up that bad on the workout. I don't think it's gonna be that gassy.
Yeah, the rope climbs will give us a little breather before the.
Yeah, I think so.
I think
I think seven's only gonna be the only really bad round of rope climbs. After that, five's like.
It's a lot of thrusters though.
But guys are gonna be waiting on the girls and the rope climbs too.
I think on the.
I think yeah, but it's not waiting on the girls at the bottom
though.
Yeah. I got to attach that black diamond at the top.
I don't think it's going to be as easy as you think. I think on the rope climbs, because you're not like waiting for like, hey, you ready to go up at the same time? It's like you might be up there waiting for a second. Jump up at the same time. Just wait till the girls jump. Well,
I mean, like if we all jump at the same time, there's still someone's will be a little slower. Yeah. So if you want to watch when the slowest person touches, then that's when you can start descending.
Think event 3 is yours to win?
Huh? No.
Yeah,
they can be top five.
Easy top five. Like
that's all that matters.
Trying to ride that wave.
If y'all can get top five in both these events,
I mean, we definitely got to win one or two this weekend if we're gonna stand a chance. But right with these events, I mean, if we can get top five on these next two events, we're gonna be sitting really good.
Let's go, y'all.
wanted negative splits there because I know I'm probably one of the faster guys in the 300 miles. So I was like, cool in the first one. And then 2, 3, I was like, stay within that top 3. Like, I didn't care about the first run, but stay within that top 3. And then on the third set, I was like, I'll pick up the snatches here. I'll beat past the snatches. I can hold them off on the next set of snatches, beating my run slower. So, like, my recovery pace, say we were all running about 7. I feel like that's like closer to recovery for me than the other folks. Like, my heart rate came down a bit. And then it was like 3 of my favorite movements too. So doesn't look good for the rest of the weekend. We just use all of them in a bit one,
What up, guys? We just watched event 1. We watched both the guys and girls go get the scariest event probably of the weekend out of the way because
Of the weekend, the scariest event in CrossFit Games history.
that's true. That's true. Having no idea what's coming and all of a sudden being like, hey, half of you are done after this one thing. It's pretty nerve-wracking, but
And having legless rope climbs and heavy squat snatches, that's serious.
overall, I was pretty happy how they did. I mean,
Absolutely,
our
yeah,
athletes
yeah.
went out there, did what they're capable of. Everyone really showed out. They, put the work in all year long, able to get up that rope more or less without much difficulty. Obviously can run pretty well, snatch pretty well. Good start to the weekend for our guys. I was really happy to see Chandler Smith take 2nd place overall. It's pretty cool for, someone's first rookie experience. First event ever at the CrossFit Games, take 2nd. That is crazy.
Yes.
That's right up his alley though. Something where you just like put your head down and go. That's Chandler.
Yeah, we basically got what we expected from almost all the athletes, or better. The teams went, we want to say 1st, 3rd, and 6th. Those are the teams that have our athletes on them. China, obviously, they did really well. She's a huge X factor for Mayhem being added to that team. Cody and Jess on Krypton, and then the Don't Stop team. So we're really happy with the team side. The individual side, obviously, it's tough when you have Chandler takes 2nd place, and then some people in the Misfit community struggle enough with the rope climbs, for their weekend to end. So it's always a battle for us as coaches, and as, kind of members of the community to be like cheering for one person and heartbroken for another person, but that's kind of the name of the game when you get to this level. So I know I'm excited that they got event 1 out of the way.
I know my anxiety level dropped quite a bit knowing that, all the guys that we work with closely have got through that really stressful period of like, I don't know what the hell's happening, and now we're through. So
Absolutely.
Very excited to see what event 2 is now.
We already saw what event 2 is.
What is
Yes,
it?
it's we just met up with Sharp. It's row 800 meters, 66 double kettlebell push press into a long handstand walk.
132 feet.
That is awesome.
Yeah,
That's gonna be fun to watch.
Yeah, it's a burner. So
I
it's
can't wait to see that.
essentially the rower's very unique when it comes to that though, because you have someone who's busting their ass to row at, I'm guessing, some people are going to row in the low 130s.
Yeah, so
and
mid to low 130s.
And if you're in the high 130s and you go over and start slaying push press, what's the balance there? So that's that whole piece where we're always talking about training versus testing, and we're always talking about like taking all of that data that you get from each Metcon. You will know what you're supposed to do if you've done workouts. Like obviously this is like sort of like Jackie, like sort of interesting in that way. So
how do we feel about the synchro rope climbs?
I'm excited to see that. I've been waiting for that event to come up. Like I feel like with teams, you have your toes to bar, you have your pull-ups, you have some other barbell movements, but we haven't seen synchro rope climbs. I thought they might be legless, but it's really cool to see that they're getting up there and you're nearly as fit as your weakest link. So
when you think about the amount of just take Krypton, you think about the amount of ground that someone of Cody's size covers, and then Camille. So that speed of them going up, you know, Cody's obviously, you know, very elite, you know, world class at rope climbs, so that foot lock should be fine at the top, should be able to be fine. I'm assuming the standard is just touching the beam at the same time.
Yes, that's what makes it synchro, is slapping the buckle.
Yeah, slapping it at the same time. So it'll be interesting for sure. Anytime you put that many worm thrusters into a workout, I mean,
they all say besides lunges, that's the worst worm movement there is worm thrusting.
Yeah.
So, but those guys are extremely fit. I know those guys have practiced a bunch together. They went out to 417 and got together and worked out, you know, as a group. So, not too concerned with how they're going to do together in that one event.
Yep. So exciting start to day one. Stress levels have reduced a little bit. The sun's starting to beat us down a little bit. Now we're gonna go check out event 2.
How'd that feel?
I mean, it sucked, but I was just like, fucking don't fall down. But it burns.
Good shit, thanks.
Hey!
Event 1, so it was fun. It was hot. Gave you Fran Lung, you weren't ready for it. But it was a good event. I went out, I had a plan. Didn't really go to plan, but it's kind of how they go. It was all a rope climb workout, so if you can be confident on the rope and trust yourself to go up, come down. Caroline actually gave me a few really good tips on just faster pulls. So that helped a ton, and like counting my pulls really made sense. We thought it would take maybe 10 pulls to get up there, but it was a little bit higher.
Yeah.
So it was about 12. I've never really counted my pulls. Like I never really thought to do that. And then like, you know, so that helped a ton. And then I was happy to get back on the last run. I had like 20 seconds left for the 4th round to even try and get a rope climb, but I'm like, I secretly don't want to do one, and I don't have enough time.
Yeah.
Snatching on the turf was a little weird, but nothing that would like completely, you know, screw you up.
Yeah.
It just, the bar didn't roll, so you had to like set right on top of the bar, which I like failed a rep or two, so that threw me off a little bit. We knew the first run had to be pretty hard just to make some space and make sure you know your splits were gonna fall off throughout the rounds. So I'm pretty good at like getting out, and like I like jutted out on the sprint, so just a little bit more explosive than most athletes will be. You know, like you usually start out real calm, but like even heading to the rower, like just so you're not like elbow to elbow with somebody. So just kind of getting that extra inch ahead is just, for me, helps a little bit. Favorite part of the day? Ooh. I think the first event. I thought the first event was a lot of fun. It surprised me. I don't claim rope climbs as my favorite or my strong suit, but you know, I've had, my friends were like, you know, we wouldn't know, you know, and that's nice. So I think the confidence and being here for my 2nd year in a row definitely helps a lot. I feel comfortable. So I think the confidence itself is just more enjoyable. It's way different.
Really?
Well, I mean, the format one is different, which, you know, whatever. But just walking around, like having, you know, familiar faces, and you're a familiar face, like that makes a huge difference. And you know, just being nice to people and having conversation. Like, yeah, you're competitive, and you're competitive when you're on the floor, but you don't have to be an asshole in the back too, you know? Like, I love to be joking around and smiling and having a good time, and I can do that with, you know, a few people back there.
Nice.
So I like that a lot.
Have you guys been briefed yet for tomorrow?
No.
No?
We know nothing. It's so annoying. The whole day. All we know is we have to be here at 7:30 in the morning.
Damn.
Yeah, so I'm assuming women will go first tomorrow. So we'll kick that off with whatever it is. Kenzie made up room on that last one. You know, that last one just drastically shifted everything. So I knew it wouldn't be a strong event for me. I told, like, I would have been surprised if I got top 30. So I got 36th, and like secretly I was like, I want a top 30, but it wasn't where it was at. So, but Seth was like to a T, like 100% on how it was gonna feel. He's like, you're gonna get off the push press, your first handstand walk is gonna feel the worst. And I barely made it. Like, I was like breaking elbows, and he's like, then your next two are gonna feel fine. And I'm like, I wish I like trusted myself more on my second one, because I've rested a little bit longer than I needed to, you know? So, but it is what it is. Yeah, I beat a few people that were ahead of me, so there's always room. I feel good to go home and do some recovery stuff, eat some food.
Eat some food.
Eat some food.
Yeah, for
Love
sure.
food.